You spend every single second of your life inside your head. Every moment, every dream, and every heartbreak, it all happened right there. But let me ask you something. Do you actually know the person inside your head? Or they're a total stranger that you don't know at all? Most of our minds are like noisy roommates that we are trying to drown out with social media and by doing activities that keep us busy. And this is the ignore effect. We tend to ignore a lot of things. We do constant doing because we're afraid of thinking too much. And we call this overthinking. But when it comes to me, I like to call it lack of intimacy. Now, why would you ask that? Well, being intimate with your mind isn't really about being perfectly mindful or having zero thoughts. It's about building a relationship where you can finally connect with yourself in a more intimate and a psychological way. You finally stop running from your own inner dialogue. It's about moving from being a victim of your own thoughts to being the one who finally understands them. In this video, I want to show you and I want to talk to you about why having a relationship and being intimate with your mind is one of the things that is the most important thing that you can ever do for yourself. Alright, hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Zion and I make videos about practically anything. I'm not niche. I never strive to be niche. I love to be everywhere and anywhere at all times. Anywhere, everywhere, all at once. Finally, I got that. So, yeah, if you want to join the family, if you want to subscribe, please, that would help out my channel a lot. And yeah, this is my first time ever making a psychological and intimate and very thought video like this. And I do hope you guys enjoy what I have to say. Right. Before I start this video off, I want to share a story of my own. So, back a few years. Also, Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy 2026. And my story involves this guy that I was with, and at the time I was in a very depressed state. I was extremely depressed. I was insecure. I was just really bad. I was doing horrible. I wasn't going to therapy. Not that therapy helped. I had to do my own healing eventually, hey, but I wasn't really connected with myself. I wasn't connected with my mind. I would spiral all the time. I wouldn't be able to have any control over anything. I felt very displaced, very disorientated, not here at all. And it's really crap when you feel like that because you don't know what to do. You feel isolated, you feel not heard, and it really just makes you wanna die. But thing is, I eventually broke up. Well, we broke up. Broke up with me. But anyways, and I decided, hey, let's stop talking to anybody. Let's break away. Let's isolate. Let's heal. I finally tried to heal, and I discovered this thing where you challenge yourself to be able to feel your thoughts, to be actually able to acknowledge them and not shove them down and hear them out. I decided to do that, and while doing that, it helped me to gain clarity. It helped me to gain more emotional understanding and acceptance of the situation. It really helped a lot psychologically. And the thing about that is, hey, to come from a place where I didn't really know how I was gonna make it out alive if we, broke up, because this was the only person that I could run to. That was my safe space, and to be able to go to that mindset of being independent by my own self and being able to have emotional clarity, it just was so healing for me. It was very helpful. And after gaining emotional independence and mental intimacy, knowing everything about myself, knowing my goals, knowing my passion, knowing the way I love, knowing that I'm not just, how can I say, anything other than me, saved me so much. That's why I'm here. And I'm here to help you all now. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to speak about is mental intimacy. What does it mean? So, when it comes to being mentally intimate with yourself, it goes beyond self care, guys. And a lot of people, when I think of self care, I think of skincare, I think of being productive, mainly with achievements to better you physically. For me, it's very physically. When I think of self-care, I think of it as it being a physical activity. It doesn't really challenge the mental and psychological needs that your body and your brain needs. So being able to understand what mental intimacy can help you a lot, because you understand what you're working towards. So mental intimacy is the relationship that you have with your mind, the relationship that you have with you as a person, you as a whole being. I'm able to talk to you like this about trauma, about anything, and especially topics like this, I'm able to talk about freely because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Number two, the observer effect. Now, this one is really, really, really helpful because a lot of us tend to only look at things with our own perspective. Now, I call this the observer effect, right? Why is the observer effect? You have your thoughts, right? And then you look at them from an outsider's perspective. Say, for example, you're talking to someone and you don't know the severity of the issue that you're talking about. And you're talking like it's something normal that happened to you, right? The other person that you're venting to, or just yapping, you know, they look at you like you're crazy. That, my friend, is how your situation looks from the observer, you know? And being able to put yourself in the second perspective gives you an advantage to actually know the severity of the issue that you're dealing with. The core benefits of this: emotional regulation. When you have mental intimacy with yourself, you allow yourself to regulate your thoughts, regulate your emotions, be in control of them. You're able to know what triggers you, how to stop them, you know? You gain a buffer, you gain a stop, between feeling and reacting. So you know, if I'm feeling this way, hold up. What am I able to do to prevent the way I go about this? Because if people are angry, well, if I'm angry, the first reaction that comes to my mind is lash out. And I've learned that that doesn't need to take place. I'm able to control my thoughts differently. I'm able to think differently. And that just helps a lot, gives you another advantage, to dealing with things in a way more positive and manageable way. Another point is authentic decision making. This allows you to differentiate between what you want and what others want. I'm a very indecisive person, and I still am working on that. But being intimate with my mind allowed me to gain clarity on things and give me the advantage of making authentic decisions that I want, that I would like to do. And it just helps to decipher what is my needs. Is my needs being met? Am I doing this to please others, or am I doing this to please myself? Reduced anxiety is another good point. This is another thing that is really, really horrible to deal with. Anxiety, I mean, come on, everyone has experienced anxiety once in their life. And if you haven't, well, good for you, because I have. But anxiety stems from the fear of the unknown, right? When you go into a room that is like completely pitch dark, you're scared. What are you scared for? You don't know what's inside that room. You don't know what you're gonna run into, in a dark alleyway. You don't know what the fuck gonna go down there either. So by being able to explore the scary unknown parts of yourself gives you the ability to understand them and work on them and know them. So my mic decided to die on me. Cool, right? So I let it charge real quick. And it's okay, she charged for a bit. She should last me another 2 hours. While I was letting it charge, I ended up grabbing me these flowers. It's artificial flowers just to make it a bit more cozy and aesthetic for you guys. Where was I? You can't be intimate with others if you aren't truly intimate with yourself. If you don't know your mind, if you don't know the person you are, how are you going to be able to go out with other people? How are you going to be able to meet friends, meet potential lovers, if you don't know anything about yourself? Like if they're going to ask you, who are you? There's another quote that I like, or a sound that goes like, who are you when you're not performing, when nobody's watching you? Number three, I'm going to give you things to practice. So a good thing to practice is a daily check-in with yourself. You wake up, you do your morning routine, whatever, do your skincare, freshen up, and then you ask yourself, hey, how's the weather today? Now you might be asking, what do you mean, how's the weather? No, I mean it in an emotional, psychological way. How is the weather up here? Acknowledging the way you feel and that daily check-in with yourself allows you to have more control over your day and over your mental health. Another thing that is really, really, really good is thought auditing. What is that? So it's basically like asking yourself, hey, is what I'm thinking legit or is this actually fictional? A lot of us tend to, even myself, I do this a lot. I basically create fictional assumptions in my head and I pursue them so hard they turn into reality. And it stems from overthinking a lot. When you are able to really thought audit if this is genuine or not, it allows you to have more control over yourself and really know where you stand and what to do about the situation. Number four, overcoming the awkward phase. Now, when you clicked on this video, I know you saw the thumbnail. She was aesthetic, she was cute, she was Pinterest. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with romanticizing self care, self love. It's just the fact that it's not always going to be aesthetic, it's not always going to be cute, it's not always going to be perfect. And that's the thing about healing. That's the thing about being mentally intimate with yourself. It's not every time gonna be a party. No, baby, it's not gonna look like a Pinterest board every day. Whilst I was really, really healing, I noticed that it wasn't linear. It was a wave-like pattern. One day would be up, the next minute, in fact, it would be down. It can change like this. We're human. We're prone to change. We're prone to feeling. So it's normal. So just keep in mind that it's not always going to be aesthetic and cute, and that's okay. Another thing that I wanna end this off with is patience. Your healing journey isn't gonna happen overnight. You being intimate with your mind is not gonna be the end of it. You're gonna always continue to evolve. You're gonna always continue to be a better person. Have patience with yourself. Allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to exist. You know. And look, there's only going to be one thing that you're always going to be stuck with, and that's yourself, and that's your mind. So make sure you build the best relationship with it. Be easy with it, be comfortable with it, be patient with it, because at the end of the day, it's always you and your mind. So make sure you have a good relationship with it. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and like. And leave a comment on what you want me to make YouTube videos about. Remember, I have no niche. But yeah, take care of yourself. Bye.